example, do we really need to have 4 tests? Actually, there's more than 4. Do we really need about 6 tests to determine our status in high school? No, we don't. There should just be only 2 tests, one in the beginning of the year and one at the end of the year to see our improvement. If that is not possible, then maybe 3. There's no need to put all the stress on students and then expect them to still complete packets and packets of work. This is a problem within American schools, as I don't understand why we are given so much work and then so many exams and then still expected to come to school happy with emotions. Another thing I will say is something I don't understand. At my school, there are 56 people that are failing and will not be entering high school next year. What I don't understand is, if your goal as a school, as a principal, you should want, this isn't directed to my assistant principals, this is directed to my actual principal, possibly even the superintendent. My point is, if your job is to make our learning experience so we can go off and we can be successful in the world, why are 56 people failing? In my opinion, I feel like as if my school and many other schools have not been strict enough to everyone else, using the excuses, oh, they're just children, they'll learn. But when the question isn't that they'll learn later, it's when will they learn? Or will they ever learn? That's the question. There's no way that there has been 256 suspensions, I believe. And 56 people, actually, I believe it was 240 something, maybe, people that have got suspended. And then 200, around 200 something people got suspended, and then 56 failing. That doesn't make sense to me, because as a school, if your policy is that you're supposed to provide the best education possible, why are 56 students failing? And then at other schools, even more than 56 are failing. At this point, it can't be the teachers. At this point, it can't be the teachers, because students with that same class are passing. And I believe that as a principal, you should go in, observe, and then bring that information to the meetings, because then you're just wasting everyone else's time. And then I believe part of it is due to during the pandemic, everyone passed. Everyone passed during the pandemic. You could have gotten an E. You could have failed all of your classes and you still would have been passed into the next grade. For example, if you were in the 7th grade, actually no, we'll use high school. If you were in the 8th grade and you failed every single class, but it was during the pandemic, you will be passed into the 9th grade, which I feel is why so many people are failing within our school system. Instead of holding them back and letting them retain the information that they needed for the next year, you pass them, which is just passing someone along in life and meaning they're never going to learn because they're just getting passed on and on and on. And then even though they're failing, they're not doing it correctly, they're still getting passed on into life and they're not going to be out there with their basic skills. They're going to struggle. And I feel like that is another flaw, because to my understanding, if you, like I said multiple times before, if you're supposed to be a good outlet for students to get their education, why are so many failing? A next topic I'd like to bring up is the fact that so many students are depressed. This also ties in with bullying. A lot of bullying happens at schools because students usually play it off as, oh, we're just playing. And then the teacher ignores the changes? They're nowhere. On the forum, over half of the school writes at the end that they do not feel safe within the school, but nothing is changed, nothing is done. Over half of the school smokes and vapes and drinks, especially the 6th graders, which I don't understand. You're literally just came from elementary school. Another thing is that I noticed is that sometimes certain teachers will accept behavior that is unacceptable within the school. So just stop and think for a minute. Could you be the one deteriorating your school? As a teacher, are you teaching your students the right curriculum? Are you worried about stupid stuff instead? As an administrator and a principal, are you making sure they're getting the correct curriculum? Are you not pushing them ahead? That is the whole point of getting held back, so you can get your information and you can be able to retain stuff that you need for the next year. But instead, if you are passing along, then it's not going to happen. So just think and sit for a minute. Are you a part of the issue? Do you bully students? Do you make students not want to wake up in the morning? Then maybe you're the issue. Self-projection. This is an issue. Please fix it. It's absolutely ridiculous. And absolutely stupid. And extraordinary. Astonishing to me that a great schooler is telling people more about the issues in our school system than a teacher themselves, a principal themselves, an administrator themselves, a superintendent themselves. You're supposed to better the school, but are you really?